All right, I started the recording. So thank you so much for joining the today's masterclass organized by Ellipse Education. First of all, let me introduce myself. Hello everyone. I am Abhishek Agarwal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I am having 8 years of experience into Azure cloud domain. I will be your host for today's masterclass, right? And with me, Vale Murugan will be assisting us. He will be your tutor for AWS data engineering course. He is my good colleague. And then he designed the course for AWS data engineering course for you guys. So he's assisting, he will be teaching you, and I'm assisting him to organize the overall masterclass, go through certain things together, right? That is what we will be doing together. So let me first of all introduce and take you through overall website and overall course curriculum so that you know about it. So here in Education Ellipse, we basically provide the training from the mentors who are working in the industry, such as I am working in Azure cloud domain. So I provide all the training related to Azure data engineering domain, right? And then as Vale is working on AWS or Snowflake or Fabric domain, so he provides of all the trainings related to that particular domain, right, which you can see in the website. So he provides of all the training related to Snowflake, Fabric, and all this domain, right? So in Education Ellipse, we basically provide the training from the mentors who are currently working in the industry. So there is no full-time trainer in our Education Ellipse. We work only with the tutor who is working in the industry right now, and then teaching as a part-time job so that he can basically provide a real-world experience from the job, and then which can help the student, right? And this is how the Education Ellipse started as well. So back in 2020, when the COVID happened, during that time, right, like me and Vale started helping our friends who lost their jobs, and then we started helping them. They basically got a job in their respective organization, right, by using the project, by understanding our project. So we started basically helping other, like, their friends, and then one student became five student, five student became 10 students, and then we founded Education Ellipse, where we can provide the training from our real-time project experience, and then so that you guys can learn from it, right? So as I told you that the people who joined today, like 20 25 people who joined today, joined from one basic agenda, that all of you want to switch your career from from different domains, right? From Power BI domain or from a SQL domain to a data engineering domain, which is specifically from, like, into the AWS data engineering domain. And whenever you want to switch, what are the things you need? You basically need a real world project experience, and then you need to understand how to write this project in your resume. That also you need to understand. So we will be basically assisting you that as well. And then once you write this projects in your resume, you need to understand how to prepare for your interview, how to crack interview, right? So we will be taking a mock interview. We will help you to write these projects in your resume as well, right? So, and then that to a small batch size, right? So we will take 20 students only, and then we help them till the time they get a job. So it's a small batch size learning with your dedicated tutor, and then doing a projects together to get uh, a real world experience, right? And then crack an interview. So we will help you in everything. We will first help you in doing projects, writing a project in your resume, making your own resume, taking a mock interview, clearing the interview as well. So all of that we will be assisting you. So why to choose us? It's a personalized learning. It's a personalized small batch size learning from the mentors who is working in the industry. We will help you in the resume preparation, mock interviews. We have a 7-day refund policy as well. So if you are not satisfied with our training, you can come back to us and ask for the refund in 7 days. I am getting a background noise, so let me check once. I am muting you, Kiran. You can basically, like, ask your question if you have any question in the chat. All right. So we have a 7-day refund policy as well. And if you get a similar course anywhere in the market with 20 people batch size with the syllabus which we are offering, you can come back to us. We'll give you the refund. We will basically match the price or give you the course for free if the price difference is huge. But we are in this particular market from past 2.5 years, and then we haven't seen anyone coming to us with the price match thing. But you can get, if you can get a similar course anywhere in the market in less of a price, you can come back to us and we will give you the refund as well, right? And then, as I told you, we have a live course of Azure, right? And then we have a live course of AWS, Fabric, Snowflake, and then recently we launched a Power BI batch. If you don't know SQL Python, we have a SQL Python as well, right? And then if you want to learn in your own free time, or somebody says that Abhishek, I have an interview in 7 days, I want to learn it very quickly. So you can buy our recordings as well and then learn, which is then all the recording is there from the live batch itself. So you can learn from the recording and also you can practice, right? Then you can check out the reviews over here, right? You can go through the reviews over here. You can check out the reviews over here. You can check out the video reviews over here as well, right? Then let's go through the AWS course curriculum, right? Let it open, guys. It is opening. The website is opening. Till the time website is opening, let's try to understand the general question which people might have, right? The people who joined today joined with this common question, right? Which we already know because we are not taking this demo for the first time. So I know you guys have these questions, right? Suppose sometimes you have a question about, hey, there are like, what is cloud in general? I don't know about it. Can you teach me about it, right? So we will talk about it. We will talk about what is cloud. Then we will talk about, hey, why you should go for AWS because there are so many cloud players in the market, AWS, Azure, GCP. So why you should go for AWS. We'll talk about it. We will talk about what is AWS data engineering in general. Then we will talk about what is cloud platform, modern data platform in general, right? Then we will talk about if you are a fresher, how you can switch. If you have a career gap, how you can switch. If you have 5 to 10 years of experience, how you can switch. Sometimes people have a question about like, I am from Power BI background, I am from Informatica background, I am from SSIS background, I am from admin background, I am from sales background, I am from marketing background. Can I switch? How I can switch? So we will talk about it. And then if you have a question about coding is required or not, how much coding is required, SQL is required or not, Python is required or not, we will talk about it. Then sometimes people have a question about how we will do live projects, how we will practice in AWS, how we will practice in Snowflake. We will talk about it. Then if you have a question about how we will approach the interview, how we will handle the interview, scenario based interview question, right? We will talk about it. So we will talk about all of these questions so that your all doubts are clear, right? So if you are here for some sort of a understanding about whether what is AWS data engineering, which cloud to go for, what is the roadmap to follow, everything will be clear in the today's demo, right? And you can also ask question to Whale one on one if you have any question, right? You can clarify the question. And then if you are here for any sort of a course, right, we will give you the offer in the end of the masterclass so that you can register for the course. We are starting the course in a week, so you can register for the course and start learning as well. And if you are not here for any sort of a course, then also you'll gain some knowledge which you can use, right? That also you can do. Okay, so we will cover up all of this question in the today's masterclass, right? So now here, if you can see, right, so Vail Murugan will be the trainer for the today's masterclass. This masterclass go for 1.5 hours, and then we will cover all of this topic. What is cloud, data engineering is right for you or not, tools to learn, coding is required or not, right? what are certification you can do, and then you can do a Q&A sessions with the trainer as well, right? And then here you can see this course is ideal for the people who is looking for 3 real-time projects, new to AWS, has a basic knowledge about SQL or Python. You'll gain four years of experience. We'll do 3 real-time projects. Why to choose us? This I already covered. You can download the course curriculum from here, right? You can understand that, hey, what will be covered. You can understand that. You can also see the architecture diagram of the project which we will be doing, right? That also you can check out from here. And then you can read, you can go through the Wales profile over here in the LinkedIn, right? You can understand what are the projects he has done in the past, that you can go through and understand it. You can check out the reviews of the people over here. You can also check out their LinkedIn profile, like the people who has given their LinkedIn profile. You can check out their reviews, the LinkedIn profiles of the people as well. And then you can go through these reviews, right? You can check out that, and then if you want some more reviews, you can go through it. You can also check out the more reviews over here, right? You can just check out these reviews as well over here. All these reviews also you can check out. So this is pretty much about the masterclass. This is pretty much about the overview, and we will follow this particular way, right? We will first go through the what is introduction. Introduction is already covered. We'll understand why cloud, what is cloud, why AWS. Then we will understand why and what of data engineering. Then we will understand tools to learn, coding is required, who can learn, roadmap, course and project, where to practice, and Q&A sessions. And then we will understand how we will approach the interview, certification, and in the end we will give you some offers so that you can enroll for the course as well, right? Now if you're looking for today's recording, right, if you're looking for the recording of overall masterclass, right, overall masterclass of roadmap and everything, and also the learning material which is used in the masterclass, you can share your number in the chat and we will be sharing you the recording of the today's masterclass so that you can go through it again, right? So if you are looking for the recording for the today's masterclass, please share your number in the chat so that we can reach out to you and share the recording. Okay. So let's take 1 minute gap, and I will just run a small timer of 1 minute, and then I will share my screen to Vale so that he can take us through after that. Okay. Give me a moment. All right. So let's take a 1 minute gap, and then you guys can ping your number in the chat so that we can share the recordings with you, and then we will resume the masterclass afterwards. You can share your number in the personal chat as well, directly to me, right? If you prefer show, or you can just share your number in the chat directly, and then we will reach out to you with the recording. All right. So now I will give the chance to Vale so that like he can share the screen and take you through forward. All right, Vale, I think you can share your screen now and take us.
Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, everyone. So let me share my screen. My name is Bail Murugan. I have 16 years of experience. I've worked on different applications. I've worked with enterprise companies. Worked on data platforms, data projects, different data teams. So I started with backend, then moved into data engineering, and then I've been working with data engineering for around 7 to 8 years. So I've used on-premises and the cloud. So in the cloud, I use AWS, Azure, and I've been working with Databricks, like Snowflake. So I'm using different data warehouse, data platforms. I've been more into data side. So I'll be going through the session today. Okay, so let us get into the session. We will start the agenda. So as Abhishek said, so let us see first what is cloud and why AWS. So let us see, understand that. So in modern architecture, we will understand first why cloud is required. Okay, so if you see like in 90s and 2000, companies were operating on a monolithic architecture, or they were using physical servers, they were having data centers, hosting servers. But now they have migrated all the applications, they are like all the application into cloud. Okay, so like a lot of things are moved into cloud, and they use microservices architecture, and companies have evolved like their applications to get into cloud. So why cloud? Because cloud is cheaper, it's easier for them to operate, it provides you different services. Okay, so the cloud provides you the application infrastructure to be easily managed. So your cloud is going to help you. So I don't have to, if I have a data center, I need to have an infrastructure team and they need to manage it. It is difficult for organization. Instead of working on their core competency, they're going to manage the infrastructure. They need to have admins. They need to have server teams. So now class cloud is there. They can focus on working their like a core competency, then working on the infrastructure. So infrastructure is left to cloud, and you can focus on building applications. You can focus on building different kind of applications. Okay, so we have like if you see in the cloud, so you can create different kind of resources. So what kind of resources? It can be a virtual machine. It can be a storage. So I want to store large amount of data, or I want to deploy a web application. I want to install some applications on the server. So I can go to virtual machine and install it on the server. Okay, so I can create a server and install it on a server. Or I want to build a like a database, use that as a backend. So I can use cloud. I can quickly create a database in the cloud. Or I want everything to be a secured network. I want to create a network which should be secured enough. So I operate in a virtual private environment. So cloud provides you all this option. So I can build different kind of applications. I can work on mobile applications, web applications, enterprise applications, like a lot of analytical systems. So I can build easily different kind of applications. Okay, in the cloud, they provide you resources. So you can easily, by using your browser, you can create those resources and share with your teams and work with your teams. That is the advantage we have. So I'll go to AWS. So I'll go to my local. So using the browser, I can log into AWS console, and I can see all the services. You can see here. I can click on. So AWS, they are providing you on different regions across the globe. They are providing you different servers across the globe. Okay. So here I can go here, check all services. So as I said, you can see they provide 200 plus services. So if you want compute, you can go and get compute. So I want to create virtual machines. I want some Linux machines, Windows machine or Mac machine. I can go to EC2. I can launch instance. So for my organization, I'm working for an organization. They are doing some business. So they are working throughout the globe, and they have a lot of users. So for them, I'm building applications. So I want service. I can go here and create service. So I can create a Linux service or a Windows server quickly. I can create one machine, 10 machine or 100 machine quickly here. Okay, so I can create the mission and share with multiple users. So in the organization, there can be multiple users and there are multiple developers, multiple teams. So I can go add all the users here and then share the resources with them. Okay, so that is how you can create a server and work with the different users. So I want to store large amount of data. I can go to storage service. In the storage, I can store any kind of data. So I can go to S3. S3 is a simple storage service where I can store any type of data. I can store structured data. I can store unstructured data. I can store like video files, audio files, or table data. I can store any type of data. Okay, so in the bucket, I can store any type of data. So you can see I'm storing CSV data or log files. I can store JSON data like that. I can store any type of data. But S3 is very cheaper. They charge for 1 terabyte of data. They charge $20 per month. So per month. Okay. So S3 is cheaper. So it is highly scalable for storing a lot of data. So in the organization, they have lot of data coming from different sources and they want to analyze the data and do a lot of processing. That means from the data they want to do decisions. So they have to store this data and then they have to process the data. For that, they can use data lake. So S3 is a data lake where they can store all the data into the S3 and then process it. So AWS provides you different kind of service. Or I want to store data permanently. I want to store data permanently. I can go to RDS. So in database, I can go to RDS. So I can create a database. So I can create MySQL, SQL Server, Postgres. So I can create a production version or dev environment or free environment. Like that, I can create a multiple environment. So I can quickly create this, so provision this quickly and start using it immediately. Okay, so your cloud provides you easier way of creating servers, easier way of creating database or storage. So like this, there are multiple service, 200 plus service in AWS. For like storage, you have services for database, for migration, for network activity, developing web applications for web application or mobile application, business application, for machine learning, for analytics, there are multiple services. Okay, so there are 200 plus services in AWS. So your AWS provides like different resources from UI. I can easily create and share with my team and use it. And you can see the cost after using it. You can see the cost and like you can pay monthly. Okay, so that is the advantage here. So I can see after using it, next day I can see the charges. I can pay monthly and use it. So we have like we can see the what are the services I used, how much is charged. So like that I can see in the cost. So your AWS provides you easier way from the browser. I can create resources and work with the resources. Okay, so we have seen what is cloud and AWS. We have seen what are the services are there in AWS. So in the course, we are going to cover few services which are related to data engineering. We are not going to, there are 200 plus services in AWS. We are not going to look into all the services. We are going to focus only on AWS, like data engineering related frequently used services related to AWS data engineering. Okay. So here, in organizations, they use cloud for different kind of activities. Okay, so we will see discuss that also. We are going to discuss a lot about how real world they use it, real world problems how we are solving it, everything we will see. Okay, so now we see why cloud and what is cloud, and AWS is a market leader. They are the one who is there from the initial stage, so they have lot of services. Okay, so now let us see what is data engineering. So we will see what is data engineering, why data engineering is required for a business. So let us say you are working for a different sector. So it can be banking or healthcare or education or manufacturing or transportation, government, like any sectors, right? Different sectors. So any of the sector, there can be different kind of application they may use. They may use like a database or they may use enterprise systems. They may use enterprise systems like ERP system, CRM, business intelligence, CMS, like that. They may use different systems. So you have like there are different business group within the organization. Okay, so there are business groups within the your enterprise. There are different groups like marketing, sales, distribution, finance, like that. Different groups in your organization itself. Okay, so they are going to use different kind of enterprise application or they are going to use different database and different kind of systems here. Okay, so they are going to use, so for example, sales team is using some systems, marketing team is using Salesforce, say finance team is using ERP, like that. Each team is using different kind of systems. Okay, so like to do analytics, to do data related intelligence, we cannot use one, like we cannot rely on one of the sources. So we have to collect the all the data, bring it to the centralized layer, and then we have to consolidate. Then only we can use it for analytics or data science or different kind of intelligent operations. So in organizations, so we collect the data from various sources, we bring it to the centralized layer, and we store it into data lake or data warehouse so that your consumers can use it. So we are working between the producers and consumers. So the producers are the enterprise applications, are your databases, are the producers. Your consumers are like analytical systems, data science, like different kind of data products. So you are working with different consumers. So they are the they are the one we are going to work with. Okay, so we as a data engineer, we build data pipelines. We do ETL or ELT. So if you are going to get the data in raw form, I do extract, transform, and load. So I do extract, transform, and load using ETL tools. Or I'm going to get the raw data. I'm going to store it into data warehouse. I can do ELT. I can extract it, load it into data warehouse, then transform it. So we are going to work on building data pipelines, and we are going to use different storage systems. So in the organization, as I said before, there are going to be like 300 plus sources. Okay, the data is going to come from 300 plus sources. So you can see data sources. So we are going to work on the data platform. So this data platform, it may be specific to business group or it can be centralized data platform. So this data platform can be centralized one or it may be specific to one particular business group. And here we are going to collect the data from sources and we are going to ingest the data, store it into data warehouse or data lake, then transform, and then consumers are going to use it. So as a data engineer, we work on the modern data platform. We work on the data platform. We collect the data. We store it into data lake or data warehouse, and we do transformations so that your consumers can use it. Okay. So this is what data engineering is about and data platform is about. So we work on the data platform. So you may work on the ingestion layer. You may work on the batch processing ETL pipelines, or you may do ELTs. You extract the data, load it into data warehouse. You may work on the catalog layer or processing layer, or work on the transformation part. So you are going to help consumers, you are going to help the consumers in fetching the data, because consumers, they are going to work on analytical problems. They are going to solve the analytical problems for business. So for them, like there are a lot of sources of data are coming from different sources and different format of data. So the data are not going to be easier for them to collect it, consolidate, and transform. So that is why they are dependent on the data platform, and we are the one who is working on the data platform. Okay, so that is what in data engineering we do. We work on the data platform. We help consumers here. Okay, so in the data platform, we use database, we use data warehouse, data mart, and data lake. So we have data coming in from databases. So from the business group, the data is coming in. So from the business group, data coming in can be from database, can be in flat files. So data may come in different forms, and we store the data into data warehouse or data lake. So we store in the structured format, so that can be used by consumers. Okay, so in organization, we use different storage layers. So your database is a OLTP system, which is for transaction processing. We for larger data, for analytical processing, we use OLAP system for analytical processing. Okay, so that is what data engineering is about. And now let us go into the in the course, what we will learn, what are the tools we will learn. Let us discuss about that. So in the course, so we are going to learn about AWS important services which are related to data engineering. So we'll start with S3, IM, RDS, Glue. So DynamoDB, Athena, EMR, like different services. So we are going to focus on for a data engineering, for building a data platform or a data mesh architecture, when you're working with a modern enterprise, so how you build data platforms. So for that, what are the services are required? So we are going to learn all the important services. So if I'm going to do ETL, I will use Spark and Glue. So I'm going to use Spark and Glue to do ETL. So if I'm going to do ELT, I'll use Snowflake. I'll get the data from the sources. I'll store it into Snowflake. Then I'll transfer. So we are going to see do ETL also. We're going to do ELT also. Okay. So in the course, we are going to use S3, IM, RDS for relational data, and DynamoDB for NoSQL data. And we are going to use Spark and Glue for ETL, for doing transformations, building a ETL data pipeline. And we will use EMR also. So Glue or EMR here. And Athena for validating your data, we'll use Athena. And for data warehouse, we are going to use Snowflake. Okay, so we are not going to use Redshift. Instead of Redshift, we are going to use Snowflake. Why? Because in real world, in the organization, in the modern architecture, Snowflake is heavily used than Redshift because of lot of latest features, because of cost. Snowflake costs are cheaper. It is highly scalable, and it provides easier user options to users, and it provides data sharing. It is useful in data mesh architecture. So you have a lot of options available in Snowflake than Redshift. So that is why we are learning here Snowflake. And Snowflake is integrated with the AWS environment in a easier way. So with your Snowflake is a cloud-based data warehouse. So it works only on the cloud. So it works good with AWS. So that is how in real world we work Snowflake with AWS or Azure, but it works very good with integrated fashion with AWS. So we are going to use Snowflake as a data warehouse, and we are going to use Spark for ETL, and we are going to learn Terraform for like creating resource in automated fashion. So we are going to create the resource in automation fashion. For that, we are going to learn Terraform. And we are going to learn orchestration tools like step function and airflow. Okay. So orchestration. So we am doing ETL. I'm doing a scheduled activity. I'm doing a batch processing. I have to schedule it daily. I have to monitor it. So that means I have to schedule every day 10 o'clock. I have to run daily and I have to monitor that. For that, you need to do use a orchestration. For that, I can go build a orchestration, create a workflow in Airflow, or you can use step function. So I can go to Airflow, I can build a workflow and then monitor that. So I can easily monitor that using Airflow. So if you are familiar with Python, you can use Airflow. Okay, so Airflow is a Python based tool, so where you can use it for building your workflow and monitoring it. So in AWS, so you can build your ETL pipeline and run it, schedule it and run it and monitor it, see how it is working, see the logs, everything. You can use it easily with Airflow. Okay, so it's easier to do orchestration with Airflow, and it works with the cloud. It works with the different SaaS products. So it works easily with the different platforms. So Airflow works with the different data engineering team. And in AWS, we have step function. So we are going to see both in the course. We are going to cover both. We are going to cover Airflow also. We are going to cover step function also. So step function is like they have their own language called Amazon State Language, which is like a JSON structure. So using that, we are going to learn. So in the course, we are going to use step function also. Let me quickly go into step function. So here I can do orchestration. I can do orchestration like we do in Airflow. We can do orchestration. So here I can write JSON configuration. I can write the JSON configuration and I can do orchestration between the AWS services. So between different AWS services, if I want to orchestrate, I can use step function. So we use this. If you want to write orchestration between your AWS services, I can go for step function. So I'm using Glue, I'm using Lambda, I'm using like SNS, SQS, different AWS services. So I'm running batch job, I'm writing Lambda, I'm writing SNS for alert mechanism, sending emails, I'm handling failure. So I can use step function for it. Okay. So you have two options for orchestration. You can use step function or you can use array. So in the course, we are going to cover both. Okay. So here we are going to start with the like the basics and then slowly get into advanced. So we are going to start from basics and get into advanced level. Let me get into syllabus. We'll see the syllabus and project. We'll see the roadmap, how we are going to cover the courses and syllabus and project. Okay, you can see the syllabus here. So we are starting with basics of AWS Cloud. So for this course, you need to have basic knowledge on SQL and Python. So you are going to write SQL and basic Python. Okay, so you don't need to have like you're not going to write a lot of Python code. You need to have basic knowledge in Python. So we are going to write basic Python code. Okay, so we are going to start on the cloud. So we are going to start from basics on the cloud. We are going to start on IAM, S3, and then creating resources using Boto 3 or Terraform. We are starting with basics. Then slowly we are getting into ETL, building ETL by using Spark. So we are using using Spark here for building ETL. So we are learning about data frames, PySpark basics, and then getting into Glue. So we are getting into Glue. We are working on ETL here using RDS DynamoDB, and then we are working on Glue catalogs. We are working on different concepts here. We are using data lake. We are using relational data and NoSQL data. So in initial few days, we are working on ETL framework and we are working on Glue. And the day 11, we are working on the project. You can see first project. So the first project, it's a batch processing pipeline. So this is the first project where we are using S3, RDS and DynamoDB. We are doing ETL. We are building a data pipeline and we are writing into S3. We are doing aggregations and we are working on catalogs, Glue catalogs, understanding how batch process works, understanding how different layers are there in batch processing. So here we are working on a batch processing. So here we are using different AWS services like S3, RDS, DynamoDB, Glue catalogs, Athena. So we are working on different AWS services. And also we are learning about automation, automating your pipelines. We are using GitHub, Terraform, and we are using orchestration. We are using like the step function and Airflow here. So in the first project, so if you see in the first day, like 11th day itself, we are starting the project and we are completing the project in few days. Okay, so we are working on the first project. Then we are getting into the advanced level where we are seeing Spark UI, how to do optimization in Spark, so the advanced concept. Then we are starting Lakehouse architecture. So how you can build Lakehouse. So we are going to understand the advanced concept. In a modern data platform, we use data lake, we use data warehouse, we use lakehouse also. So what is lakehouse? So lakehouse is a combined future of your data lake and data warehouse. It brings the future of your warehouse and data. Okay, so here we are going to learn Lakehouse, which is generation tree current architecture. And in S3, in AWS, on top of S3, by using Iceberg, we can build the Lakehouse. Okay, so in organization, to reduce the data warehouse cost, so in organization, data warehouse cost is the highest one. Okay, so data warehouse are costly. So we are going to reduce the cost by using Lakehouse. Lakehouse, I can build top of S3 itself. So your Lakehouse is nothing but you are bringing in data warehouse feature and doing that on the data lake itself. On top of data lake, you are bringing in the data warehouse feature that you can implement by using Iceberg. So in the course, we are learning how Lakehouse architecture, how to use Iceberg, how to how to work on the data warehouse features. So we will learn here. So what is data warehouse? We'll start here itself on Snowflake, data warehouse features. We'll do dimensional modeling. We'll create fact tables, dimension tables. We'll work on star schema, SCD type 2. So we'll understand all this thing and we will build it on Lakehouse. So we're going to build it on Lakehouse. Along with that, we will build an event-driven architecture. So here we are going to use event-driven architecture. So I'm going to use Lambda. I'm going to use event bridge and step function here. Okay, so we are going to use event bridge, Lambda, step function, and we are going to build an event-driven architecture. So second project. So if we go to the second project, so you can see we are building a medallion architecture. We are building bronze, silver, gold, and I'm using Lambda, Glue, and Lakehouse here. So we're building a Lakehouse architecture. So I'm doing event bridge. I'm using event bridge for event-driven approach. I'm using step function for orchestration, and I'm using Glue for the transformations. Okay, so I'm building a event-driven architecture here. So this is what the second project is. So we are completing second project by I think day 24. We are completing the second project. And then we are starting on Snowflake basic data pipeline. And then we are looking into semi-structured data, how to store JSON data, how to work with JSON data. And we are getting into streaming architecture. So for the third project, we are working on a streaming use case. Okay, so for streaming use case, so we are going to use Kinesis, AWS Kinesis, and Firehouse here. So we are going to collect the data from streaming producers and process the data, store it into Snowflake, and we are going to build a streaming pipeline using Snowflake. So in Snowflake, there are some advanced techniques like streams and tasks. By using that, we are going to build a streaming pipeline and build a streaming system here. Okay. So we are learning about basics on Snowflake, then working on streaming systems, and we are working on the third project. Okay. So we are building the third project. We are collecting the data in real time and storing it into Snowflake using Kinesis. And we are building a streaming pipeline using Snowflake here. Okay. So we are doing three projects here. We are doing three projects: batch processing, event driven process, and streaming process. Okay. And we are using some real world scenario for building the projects. Okay. So where we will learn it, where we are going to do it. So we will use AWS cloud. You can go for free trial. You can go for free trial 6-month version, and there you get S3 free, Lambda free. You can use step function free. Like a lot of services are free. Okay, in the free trial, you can use that and practice. And Glue is not free there. So even though S3 is free and a lot of things are there free there, but running ETL jobs on Glue is not free, which is going to be costly. Okay, so for that, I will help you to set up local environment. So in local, you can set up Jupyter Notebook. You can work on PySpark. Okay, so PySpark, you can set up on local and you can practice on the local environment. Okay, so you can see here, I am running some transformation code. I'm running some transformation code on my local on the Jupyter notebook. So I can fetch the data from cloud. I can do development in local. So local is a development environment. I can do development in local. And then if you want, you can go and deploy it in cloud and do it on the cloud and the glue. Okay, so you can do it on cloud also, on local also, because in the cloud they charge you like charges here. So that is why you can do it on local. So I'll help you to set up the local environment. So where you can learn PySpark ETL running on local environment. Okay. Or if you don't want to do that, I want to learn only on Glue, you can do that also. I will tell you how they charges here, how your Glue charges will be. I'll explain all this thing. And here you can easily scale it up. So about your cluster size, you can easily scale it up here. So in real world, I'll tell you how real world use cases work, how scaling is done for large volume of data, how what configuration they are going to use, that everything we are going to discuss in the course. Okay. For Snowflake, we are going to use free trial. Okay, Snowflake has a 120 days trial account. You can use that. That is a free trial account using your Gmail ID. You can create it. And datas are going to be generated mock data. We are going to use mock data and then we are going to work with the data. Okay, that is how the data will be. So AWS free trial account and Snowflake, we are going to use free trial account. Okay. So we have covered the syllabus, we have covered the project, and we have covered where we are going to work everything. Now you can unmute yourself and ask questions, whatever you have about the course, roadmap, or syllabus. If you have questions, you can ask me.
Yes, I have a question. So I joined a bit late.
Yeah.
So, so the timing of classes, I might be you covered earlier, but I just want to ask.
Timing we have
Is
not covered. Abhishek will cover after this section.
okay, okay, fine, fine.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Bill sir. Anil
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So I'm working as a production support engineer from since 2016. It's been 8 years as of now I covered. So my question is, can I switch to data engineering at this stage after covering 8 years in production support?
Yeah, I have students who have switched to production support to data engineering, but you have to practice. You should have basic knowledge, and you have to keep practicing so you can easily switch it over.
Okay, okay. And my basic genre is like I'm working day in and day out with SQL or Access SQL
Okay.
and Linux and support roles. So half the things I know on daily basis.
Okay.
Yeah. And what would be the time and all? Like I want more keen to know on this point.
Yeah, timing will tell you. Timing will tell you. Abhishek will explain the time.
Sure. Thank you.
with the data engineering, if you are learning this course, you can get into services company where you can work on enhancement, maintenance kind of work, or you can get into development projects where you work on the development mode. So there are multiple types of role. So if you are from production support, you can first look for the maintenance and support activity. So there are a lot of data engineering work which requires maintenance and support. So in the service company, there will be always opening there. You can try for that kind of project first. Okay, so you can if you clear go through the course, after completing the course, you can look for that kind of jobs where you can easily target and clear it.
Sure, sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay, any questions from anyone on the
Hello,
core?
hello,
Yeah,
Jain
yeah, go
sir.
ahead. Yeah.
Sir, I am BCA final year student.
Yeah,
So, as a fresher, can I start into the domain of data engineering?
you can start, but you need to have basic knowledge on Python and SQL and little bit
Sir,
on
only
business.
yes, sir, only Python and SQL.
Yeah, you should have basic knowledge on Python and SQL, and you should understand how business works and what are datas, how data comes into how business operate. All this thing you should understand. If you have that knowledge, then you can start data analysis.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean it's very generic. Like we have Azure data engineering, AWS data engineering. So what we should focus on and why?
AWS data engineering or data engineering itself is a vast field. It's not about working on one tool, right? So if you're working for a software engineering role, you may be working on one programming language, you may be working on one few tools. But data engineering itself, it's a enterprise wide, it's organization wide, different work. So you're going to work with different kind of data sources here, and you may work with multiple tools. So that is why you need to know a lot of things here, even though your core competency will be with ETL, building data pipelines, working on data lake or data warehouse. But like ingestion of data, collecting data from different sources, working on multiple tools will be also your roles and responsibilities. So you need to know basic things about lot of tools here. Okay, like orchestration, about Terraform, you need to know about streaming, working with different databases, NoSQL database, like collecting data from different type of files. So you need to know lot of things here. Okay, so there will be lot of reusable code. You may be using lot of reusable codes. You're not going to write every day like a software engineer. You are not going to write lot of code here. You are going to reuse the code, but you are going to work on a wide system here where you are going to work on multiple bigger architecture. So you need to understand the architecture and work on the multiple systems. So is it clear?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
So keeping in mind the kind of GenAI tools are coming into picture, and in next to 1 to 2 years or beyond that, what will be the future
Yeah.
for data engineering roles? If you can
So
please.
we are helping him for the Gen AI team, right? So as I said, they are going to be one of our consumers. Okay, so for bots or the Gen AI applications, they are going to take our data and use it. So even
Mhm.
though they are going to come, they are not going to replace us easily, because we are going to work with 200 or 300 sources, and the complex nature of the data pipeline, the business data are going to be complex. That cannot be automated. If it is a simple UI driven code, or if it is simple UI driven data pipeline, you have only one source and you're doing everything from UI, you are using the UI tools for doing it. That can be easily automated by using bots, or by using AI, you can automate it. But we are working on a complex pipeline and the data are complex in nature. That you have to do analysis, you have to work, and the data are going to be in different forms. So it's not easier for AI to replace this one.
Right.
So you are going to use AI tools that is going to help you, but it's not going to replace you.
Sir, may I go next? Like,
What was
hello.
yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to ask something. So right now I'm working as a data engineer with 2 years of experience in the field, and
Okay.
I hold cloud engineer certification from GCP as well, and now I'm trying to prepare for the AWS data engineering. So based on your experience and everything, like what you'd like to suggest, or the tips you
Yeah,
want to give?
here we
Yeah.
are covering like 70 to 80% related to AWS data engineering course. Okay, so for data engineer associate certification, so you need to like have good knowledge on S3, IM, RDS, Glue, all these things. So we are covering all this thing. Along with that, you
Correct.
need to have understanding about few of the other services. So we are preparing here for this based on certification. We are preparing a lot of things. Other than that, you have to prepare on other services. So for
Awesome.
your
Yeah.
certification, this is going to help.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so let's continue with the other
Yeah. I'll
demo, and then
stop
we will
sharing.
take. Yeah.
I'll stop sharing. Then we
All right,
can.
guys. So thank you so much for asking the question and making the session interactive. We have certain topics to cover, so we will basically cover up those topics, and then if you have any other question, we will answer that and cover that in last of the masterclass. So there are some sometimes there is a question about like how our learning journey will look like. So let me show you that because people are curious about it. So as I told you that in our master class, what we will be covering, we will be basically help you with 3 real-time projects, which is 2 batch processing, 1 stream processing. Then we will help you in resume building. Then we will help you in how to introduce yourself, and then we will take a mock interview, right? So it's a process learning, and then it's a actual real time experience we will give you, because once you join an organization, you basically learn things and then deliver things one by one. So we will be also learning and then building a projects, 3 projects. Then we will help you to write this project in your resume. Then we will help you to understand how to introduce yourself, how to introduce the project. Then we will take a mock interview so that you are fully prepared, that too with a small batch size of 20 people only, right? So now let me show you the learning journey, how it looks like. So suppose if I go over here and then if I show you the learning journey, now if you see this particular course which we have covered, right? So here the class by class we are giving a homework, class by class we are giving a homework, class by class we are giving a homework, and then one project is completed, right? So here we are building a project. Then class by class we are giving a homework, class by class we are giving a homework, class by class we are giving a homework. And then after certain classes, the another one project is completed. So here also, if you see, we are basically building the project end to end real time in the class itself. So here you can see that class by class, like in the class itself, the project has been built, right? That has been done. And then if you further go down over here, right, after all the classes is done, right, we are helping you to understand that how to handle scenario based question, right? And then we are giving you the scenario based interview question as well, which you can just go through and understand their answers, right? Like suppose they sometimes people have confusion about, hey, workflow is slowing, running slower, unexpected problem, optimize database workflow, right? What are the different interview questions? So we are basically giving you that. And then production issues, that also we are giving you, right? Then how to introduce yourself, how to explain a project, and then we are giving you a project explanation so that you can write this project in your resume. Then there are sample resume which is given. Then there is topic wise interview question, topic company wise interview question. And this all of this interview question is not like chat gpt fied interview question. If you go to chat gpt, right, hey, database interview question, it will give you 1,000 interview question anyways, right? So this is not interview question generated from ChatGPT, but rather interview question prepared by us by appearing to interview, or our students are appearing for the interview and then giving us this question. So if you prepare this interview question, if you go through the course curriculum, you are 90% prepared anyways, right? So now it is a structured learning, right? So if you do projects, you write project in your resume, you prepare for interviews, and then you crack an interview, right? Which is better than any sort of a YouTube video. If you go to YouTube and then if you search like AWS data engineering, here also you'll find like many videos, but the problem with that video, you cannot interact with the tutor. You don't know how to write this project in your resume. They are not teaching project. They're not giving you sample data and everything. They are giving as well. So if they're giving as well, then you don't know whether these projects are suitable enough to show 3 years to 4 years of experience. That also you don't know, right? Similarly with the Udemy as well. So it's a basically a structured learning and a directed particular path, and all of our training follows the same path, right? So no matter which training I go through, all the training follow the same path. Class by class, we are learning things. Then we are doing one project, then the class by class we are learning things, right? And then we are completing second project, and then class by class we are learning things. We are doing 3 projects, right? So this is how the whole like uh, project has been done. Give me a moment. Somebody is promoting his own course. Like, let me just like. All right, guys, please don't do any promotion of any other things, right? Over here, if you want to do some promotion, please choose any other demo. All right. Uh, okay, so class by class, we are building things, and then we are doing projects, right? That is what we are doing. All right. So now this is the overall learning path, right, which we follow, which is anyways better than if you go to any sort of a Naukri.com. Suppose if I go to Naukri.com, so this is what I was telling you, that it's like better than YouTube or any sort of Udemy course because it is a structured learning, right? And at the same time, sometimes there's a question that, hey, there's an opening about AWS data engineering. So suppose if I go over here, if I open AWS data engineering, right? And then if you see, sometimes we have a question that, hey, is there any opening of AWS data engineering, right? So if you see over here, there are like uh, so if you search like 2 years experience, 3 years of experience, 6 years of experience, right? You will see the opening of all the experience, right? No matter which experience you choose. And then you will see the openings around like Bangalore. You will see different salary bracket as well. So there is a huge opening of AWS data engineering domain as well. So there is an opening, there is a structured path which we are offering you. So this is what we want to show you, right? And then I think everything is covered. So let me try to conclude as well with a slide. Let me open the slide. So now, if I try to conclude everything, right? So we are providing you the course which is capable enough to get 4 years of experience. We will be teaching you Glue, DynamoDB, Athena, Snowflake, Lambda, Kinesis, Medallion architecture, Lakehouse architecture. We will be teaching you 3 projects, two batch processing, one stream processing project in 2 months. You can do Snowpro, Snowpark certificate after doing this course curriculum. And also you can do AWS certified data engineer certification. Who can do this? Anybody who has a knowledge about SQL or Python can do this particular course. After doing this particular course, you can get up to 30 LPA package in India. The batch is starting from 26th of September, right? So we have 2 batch timing. One is morning batch and one is evening batch. The morning batch timing is 9 a.m. IST to 10:30 a.m. IST, 10 a.m. IST, right? The half an hour buffer we are keeping just to clear doubts and all of that. And then we are starting a evening batch as well, which is from 3rd of October, which is around 7:30 p.m. IST to 9 a.m. IST. So we have 2 batches, a morning batch and an evening batch. So if you're not comfortable with the morning, you can join evening. And if you're not comfortable with evening, you can join a morning batch. We will take a class Monday, Thursday and Friday, 4 days a week, right? So that will be the timing, right? Now, if you're looking for a course, right? as I told you that we are taking 20 students only, right? And then we are done with 10 to 11 registration already for the morning batch. So if you're looking for the registration, we are giving some offers so that you can enroll for the course, right? So as I told you that we have two batches, a morning batch and an evening batch. Morning batch will start at 26th of September, 9 a.m. IST, 3rd October. Evening batch will be started at 7:30 p.m. IST. The original price of the course is 20,000 rupees. In today's demo, we are giving in 17,500 rupees. You can get the course in 10,000 rupees, right? By registering today. Once you register, you'll get some learning materials so that you can pre-prepare yourself. And then rest you can pay once the batch starts, right? And I will be sharing the account detail in which you can transfer the money and then share the screenshot. And then we have a AWS recording as well. So suppose if you want to have a fast track learning, right, you can also opt for the recording in which you'll get the recording of the classes which has happened in the past, and then you can learn from that as well. The original price for that is 8,999. In today's demo, you can get in 7,999, and I will share the account detail in which you can transfer the money and send me the screenshot. This particular offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and then this particular offer will expire, right? So let me share the account detail in the chat, and then you guys can go ahead and register for the demo. Register for it. Give me a moment. So you guys can like pay in this particular account, right? And then you can share the screenshot in this number, right? This is my own number. If you have any question regarding like the payment information or anything or any question in general, you can also ping me and I will be assisting you for the question, right? So this is what we wanted to communicate, right? If you have any question, any topic in general, you can basically let us know, and then we will be basically like answering the question. Yes. Anybody has any question, guys, which you want to ask?
Hello, this is Kiran here. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you said three projects in 2 months, and both a couple of them are batch. Is it end to end, or is it just how they actually
End-to-end
get in?
projects.
Okay.
End-to-end project. So very good question. Sometimes this is a legitimate question because sometimes people feel that, hey, how you are covering two projects in 3 months, that too also batch processing, stream processing, everything. Please let us know because it doesn't sound feasible sometimes to people. So how it is feasible, let me explain. So this particular project is not like uh, we are figuring out things and then basically making a project. We will be teaching you everything real time in the class, that too without any error. So suppose if in any of the class, once we start building a project, we don't get any error because we have built this particular project multiple times during our teaching, and then everything is figured out, the architecture is figured out, the data set is figured out. So we are just trying to build the project one by one during the class and then teaching you that. So that is why it's feasible. Reason being that we have delivered this project, we have made this project multiple times by ourselves, and then we taught it. So we are basically learning new things every day, which doesn't happen in the company. In the company, you try to figure out multiple things by communicating with clients, and then you try to figure out the data, you try to figure out the architecture diagram, and then you try to resolve the errors. So here nothing is happening. You basically try to build it with us, and then you try to resolve your. So suppose this is 30 to 40 hours of training, which we are giving in 2 months. You need to spend around 80 hours by yourself to practice. So you need to give around 120 hours in 2 months duration of time. So if you approximate it, you need to give 2 to 3 hours daily to complete it, the three projects like in 2 months duration of time. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Anybody has any other question, guys, which you want to ask? Anybody has any question, guys, which you want to ask? Somebody was saying that in the course there are advanced topics, so is it suitable for the beginners? It's suitable for the beginners. We will be teaching you in a way that you don't know anything, right? So if you see our course curriculum, right here, if you see introduction to data engineering, introduction to AWS, introduction to AWS service, then AWS architecture, we are talking about basic things such as OLTP, OLAP. Then what is data RDD and data frame API? So it's not like we are just talking about SQL, right? In general, right? We are just talking from the basics till advanced. One by one, we are talking about everything and then trying to build things, right? So it's doable if you just know SQL and Python, SQL or Python basics. Yes, Viraj, if you have any doubt, you can go ahead and ask, please. Can I pay it in EMI? Yes, you can pay it in EMI. You can ping me in the WhatsApp and I will be assisting you for that.
Okay, I have another question. I see that you have actually broken down the cloud into AWS and Azure. Is there any class that you actually combine both? Is there something like multi-cloud including GCP?
How much experience you have?
15.
15 years of experience. So we teach about Azure and also AWS, but we don't have any GCP course. So if you want to integrate AWS and Azure, we can help you to do that. But we don't have any GCP course right now, which will be launched in coming months. So you can opt for a GCP course after that. So if your interest is you want to combine 3, 4 courses and then you want to go ahead, you can anyways go ahead. So I will tell you why we don't combine everything. We can anyways combine everything, but why we don't do it? Because if we combine it, it increases the duration, and sometimes people don't want to commit for like 6, 7 months of duration, 6, 7 months of learning. They want like a minimum learning so that they get a job. This is how it is designed. But if you say you have a 15 years of experience, that is why I ask you first, like how much experience you have. If you would have said 2 years or 3 years of experience, I will rather say you that hey, you go for one cloud itself. But if you're saying that you have like 15 years of experience, you want to combine certain courses such as Azure Data Engineering, AWS Data Engineering, probably like Databricks Spark as well. So then we can combine 3 courses for you, make 6 months of course curriculum for you, and then accordingly give some price to you, which is a discounted price, and then help you to assist that. So okay, you can ping me on WhatsApp and I can assist you for that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, sure.
All right. Anybody have any question, guys, which you want to ask?
Hey, hi Abhishek, Akash this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, currently I'm working as a Oracle PL/SQL developer in my current organization, and we
Uh-huh.
are planning to migrate our Oracle database to the AWS in
Mm-hmm.
two databases like Dynamo, which is NoSQL, and PostgreSQL, which is RDBMS. So,
Mm-hmm.
how this course will help me to do this transaction, or
Bill,
should I
can
opt
you
for
please
this
assist
course?
to answer this question?
Yeah. So in the course, we are going to learn RDS, we are going to learn DynamoDB, and then with ETL. And then I'll tell you if you're using on-premises, how we can do migration and how we can do like work on ETL systems, how bring the data, and in AWS cloud, how you can use the data. So we are going to discuss about all this thing. So that was going to help you for your migration or for your work. It's going to help you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys. Anybody has any question? Okay, all right, guys. So I shared the payment details and everything in the chat, right? You can use this details and then you can pay, and then this particular offer is expiring till today 11:59 p.m. IST. Let me again share the details. So the price of the course is 20,000 rupees. You can get the course in 17,500. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, and you will be getting some learning material to go through it. The batch is starting 26 September, which is in a week, at 9 a.m. IST. And then if you want to go for an evening batch, in 2 weeks it is starting at 7:30 p.m. IST. The class will happen on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if you want to go for only recording option, you can also get the recording of the live classes rather than attending the class live. So the price of that is 8,999. You can get it on 7,999. We have already got like 10 to 11 registration for morning batch. So if you are interested, please enroll soon so that you are reserving your seat, right? And if you have any question, you can ping me on WhatsApp and I will be assisting you for that. And then if you need a recording for the today's session, kindly ping your number so that we can share the recording of the today's session. Thank you so much. Don't have your number, sir. You have my number, which is there in the chat, but I will write my number again. Yeah, this is my number. And you can use this number and I will be sharing this again. All right, guys, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you so much for attending the demo. Please share your number in the chat if you need the today's recording.
Thank you.
Thank you.